Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Today we're back with an opinion video. And as you read on the title, it basically is about new gear and old gear and why we don't really need new cameras. And this is a very polarizing topic. And basically it is due to the fact that old cameras are getting older and there's no new ones that are actually being made. And yes, there's a few exclusions like Leica MP, Leica MA, some lomography stuff, some medium format strangeness that is made by the guys from the old Rolleiflex and a few others. But let's ignore any of the new stuff or Polaroids. So basically, we all lust for new cameras. We all think that we need new cameras. We need cameras for students like this Pentax K1000. We need cameras for professionals like medium format cameras. We are running out of Mamiya RZs for professionals because they're now getting picked up by magazines and editorials. Same with Kodak 645s and wedding photographers. And the list goes on. There's an endless list of different film cameras that is needed and missing in the market, and due to this, prices are increasing. Demand is high, supply is low, prices go up. Also point and shoots, big time point and shoots. And I'm the firm believer that we do need new cameras, but I also work in a place where I see a lot of existing cameras and spares and repairs and know-how and so on. And the funny thing is, I'm not going to claim that this channel is not sponsored or any way by my current job, but I do see it. It's impossible for me to not notice what I see at work. And it seems to be that, yes, new cameras would be great, but like I made on the video of the basically camera roadmap, we probably will never see the high-end film cameras. We might just stay at the lower end and never have the heyday of film, because film was the only choice back in the day. And that made it to be the heyday of cameras, and you had everything you wanted under the sun for film. But there's one thing that always triggers me with cameras and the market is there's so many cameras that were produced because there was years, decades of cameras being produced when consumerism basically peaked, or I guess peaked in those days. Nowadays it's even crazier. But peaked hardcore with film cameras. The Pentax K1000 that I have here was made, I think, over 1 million or more. Don't take me for the numbers. But basically, there's so many cameras out there. But the biggest question is not, do we need new cameras? It's let's save the current cameras. And there are so many in people's hands that don't know they have any value. And this goes towards people that knock on your door and knock on family door and you can say, hey grandma, do you have any film cameras? Hey grandpa, do you have any film cameras? Uncles, friends of friends, people like that. Everybody has some sort of film camera in their house, in their basement, in their wardrobe, in their cupboard or drawer and so on. And these cameras are there being forgotten with batteries inside, corroding and so on. All these cameras are there waiting for someone to pick them up and put them back to use. And yes, sometimes those cameras need some tender love and care, be it a CLA, be it new light seals, be it battery corrosion cleaning and so on. But those cameras are existing, they're there. These cameras were made and are still pretty good to go without a lot of repairs. And that takes us to the next step is, first, you can scout your neighborhood, you can scout your area, you can put bulletin boards on your university, college, workplace, lift, wherever, gym, wherever you think you can put a thing to. You want to buy some cameras, maybe people will even give them to you for free. Is the fact that then we need the next step, which is cleaning them, light seals, and minor repairs. That can be done 90% of the times by us users. I consider myself basically to be born with 2 elbows when it comes to cameras. I don't know how to open a camera, fix a shutter, anything like that, but I can do light seals, I can clean things, I can check the batteries and clean some corrosion, I can, dust off a lens from outside, blow a little bit air, use a toothbrush to clean. That can be done for pretty much anybody. And then we go to the next step, which is like, actual camera repairs. That is becoming extremely hard because most of the master repairmen and, people that knew how to do this either have retired or have passed away or are still working even though semi-retired but don't want to teach new generations. These people should, if they want to, I wish they would, teach new people that want to learn. Here at work, we have one person that's teaching, has taught basically, or is currently teaching 2 other younger people, which are around their 30s, 28, 20, between 25 and 35, let's say. And those people are already starting to teach minor repairs to the next generation, which are 2 other students that came in. This has to work, but for it to work, we need to have the people that want to teach and people that want to learn. And how do we learn? It's not easy. First, like I said, minor repairs you can learn at home. Then if you really want to learn, you can dabble into buying some inexpensive cameras that you don't mind breaking, because like everybody, you'll break a few cameras. There's Learn Camera Repair online. There's a Facebook group, and there's even a website and so on. You can learn some stuff. And then if you are lucky, you might get someone, a master or someone that has been doing it for decades, to teach you. But if you can't get your hands into someone that actually can teach you, you can always put these cameras into hands of places that will fix them. We'll clean them, we'll fix them, if it is possible, repair them, and put them back in the market. And that can be all kinds of places. It can be your local camera store, be it in Ireland, or in the US, or in Indonesia, or Japan, here in Finland, wherever. Or you can take it and ship it somewhere. I know, for example, KH in the US has shipping and you can sell them. I think MPB does digital stuff here in Europe and the US. You have where I work, and I'm not even going to name it, so nobody just thinks I'm trying to sell my company or where I work at, but you can send them to them. You can send it to a local place in Madrid. I know there's places in Barcelona, there's places, but one thing you have to note is try to figure out stores and places and repair centers or recycling centers that will actually do something proactive towards these cameras going back into circulation. Don't support, if you can, if there's the only option, yes, support it, is camera stores or places that will grab an item and just flip it the next minute without testing, because that will only harm the community. We are a community of film photography users. The collector world has pretty much died off with generations, but the users need working cameras. So this Pentax K1000 is an example for a user camera that usually is pretty reliable and will work fine with a bit of CLA, sometimes needs some extra work, but do not support, if you can, or try to tell them or insist them, people that are just getting a camera, just doing the shutter testing with their ear and going to the next user for a markup. This is, of course, good, better than nothing, but we would have to try to insist that they check cameras. And when you're buying, also expect that people have tested things. We are now living in a world where Facebook Marketplace, eBay has turned extremely unreliable, where cameras are coming with issues, and the more the years pass, the more issues will arise. And that's why we need some places to at least acknowledge what's wrong with cameras, be it that the PC port is broken, that the shutter speed is a little too slow in one speed, or its EV value is -1 consistently, but then the user can shoot it. We need users that have user cameras, be it a Hasselblad, be it a Leica, be it a K1000, be it a point and shoot. But yeah, make sure you can do that. And that's why I think we need to basically recuperate and get out of the oblivion all these cameras that are sitting in wardrobes and parents, grandparents, family members, and extra people around the world. Put them back in circulation. If you can do it yourself, great. If you can't do it yourself, find a store that might help. If you can send it to a store, try to check if they do actually repairs and testings with a warranty. We want to be able to buy knowing that something's being done to these cameras, and that will help spread the message and have the new generations, because that's what I'm focused on. I think the future of film photography is not people like me. I'm 39. I'm basically an old fart. Is the new guys that are 19, 17, 20, 25, which are born in the digital era with phones and smartphones and, Spotify streaming and so on, that want to pick a camera. And we want to make them enjoy the photography, have good results, because film, is getting really expensive. And as much as we can talk about the price of the film, if we get all our cameras to shoot properly, then at least we'll get good results. Most of the times it will be more a user problem, not a camera problem. And that is why it's important to, in a way, save these cameras from getting forgotten. The worst problem we see here at work is battery corrosion, Sometimes it's mold, so try to keep them in a dry place, and so on. And if you can't, don't hoard. I'm the first one that hoards terribly, and nowadays I've decided I'm keeping a few cameras that I really, really love. Everything else, if I don't have a use for it, be it on YouTube or in my usual photography, I'm passing on to a new user. And many times I'm using my current workplace to give it to them, even though I'm not getting the best buck for my, for my cameras, but I know that it's getting into a system that, checks them and tests them and cleans them and fixes them and then puts them back in the market. And that has a value that I'm willing to absorb myself as a seller. I'm selling for less money so other people can buy it knowing that it works. If I could sell it on eBay, I could sell it on Facebook Marketplace and say, yeah, I've had no problem, it's tested, but it's not really tested. I want to have people enjoy the photography, and that means cameras have to be checked as much as possible, like I said. So yeah, that's my opinion today. Like I said, this is in no way related to where I work. I'm not mentioning the name. I'm not mentioning any sponsorship. This is me on YouTube. This is obviously run thanks to people that, are Patreons or donors. Some people, after hearing about my work in film photography, have pitched in, which I appreciate a lot. It really supports this to be, in a way, independent channel, independent at least from outside brands. I like the film community to support the film community as much as possible. But yeah, tell me what you think. I think we do need film cameras, new film cameras, but I also think we have a lot of gear stored in many places that could get a little cleanup, a little checkup for like the doctor and back into circulation to new hands. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. See you in the next one.